Right, there we go. We are up and running. Hello again to another Age of Dust here at Speaker's Corner. We have a brand new person in our presence for us. I've never met her before, and she seems like somebody of great interest. So here I am, exploring this great interest.
Oh, I like your microphone for a start.
Yay!
I'm liking the vibe.
Another admirer of the microphone.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Sweets for the win.
Woo! My YouTube channel is called The Age of Dust, by the way.
Nice.
So please introduce yourself and tell me a little bit of what's going on.
Okay. So my name's Ellen.
Hello.
I have come on impulse, all on my own, because I just was like, I just fancy doing something at Speaker's Corner. So I just came.
And what are you doing here at Speaker's Corner, may I ask?
I am performed Grandmother's Direct Action, which at the moment only consists of me, but I'm hoping it might expand. Yeah, anyone can join, as long as there's a few rules. You have to be a grandmother.
Okay, that's me out.
You have to have or have a grandmother.
Oh, that's me. Yes.
Or,
that's everyone back in.
Failing that, know someone who's got a grandmother. Or failing all those, just like the idea of Grandmother's Direct Action.
Okay.
So we're very open.
That is very open.
We're very open.
It started exclusive and expanded very quickly.
It did.
Well, I kind of like that.
It's a concept. It's a thought form.
So what is your visions and dreams of
My visions is for what I came for is to make for a start, just to make older women more visible.
Oh, love that.
Like I get can I swear on your channel?
No.
Oh, I get disappointed by seeing women like just playing small, and people playing small, you know. And I just think we need to play big, and I think there's enough people who are not very nice people in the world who are trying to do harm, and they're not scared to play big. So I think it's time for the little people who are shy to play big.
Can I just say how bleeding noble that is? I'm so impressed with that, and so glad that you came to Speaker's Corner to express this very profound and noble sentiment. Is that the right word? I think that is the right word. So that's wonderful. So what messages can we be giving then? What would you like to encourage ladies of a certain age and by?
Well, I'm running a project at the moment called 102 Days of Sovereignty, and it's about just reclaiming your sovereignty and the land sovereignty. So what I mean is being more like yourself, you know, so whatever that is, you know, what I don't want to dictate what people do because that's their sovereignty, but so it's just basically about becoming bigger in who you are over a period of 102 days. So I'm on about day 5 and I'm doing really well.
Wonderful. Can we have some detail on day 1? How did that start?
Day 1, I made a Facebook group and invited my friends. Some of them came. It's not generally open, my Facebook group, but the concept is open. Anyone can run with 102 days of sovereignty. Do it, run with it, live the dream.
Day 2?
Day 2, I can't remember what I did on day 2.
But do you have a list?
No, because it's sovereignty. So it's like what I'm trying to do is just expand who I am.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to do things that I feel like that is going to expand me and my point of view in the world without harming other people. But so far, I did a dance in front of Canterbury Cathedral with a witch's broom. That was, and some Christina Aguilera tracks. So that was quite powerful. I did, and then the second day I went back with some Eurythmics tracks, and I went with my face paint. And this is my alter ego now, who's called Ondine.
Ondine, the old alter ego.
Ondine.
Ondine.
So that's what I've done.
Does that mean anything, that name?
Ondine, it's a water sprite. So I'm very interested in environmental issues and just the spirit of the water, really, and like going with the flow as well for people, but also the rivers, wells and streams and seas, we need to like look after them. So I'm trying to embody them in a human being that's me, but then someone else can embody that. Most people are made of, like, everyone's made of water at the end of the day. So whatever you happen to be doing, as long as it's really authentically you and it's not what you think you should do or what you're told you should do or what you're shamed into doing by somebody else, then that is powerful direct action to me.
I think that's absolutely incredible. Are you recording or documenting your
Not today.
process?
My husband did video me because I was really worried I'd get arrested basically outside Canterbury Cathedral. So
Okay.
I got my husband to sort of pretend to film me. But he sort of did film me, but it can't go anywhere.
If you wouldn't mind me making a suggestion, that
Yeah.
it'd be quite nice if you just wrote a little diary about what you're doing, then you maybe could publish the diary one day.
I'm doing that on my Facebook group, but at the moment, because it's my sovereignty action, I'm kind of like, I want to be quite picky on my Facebook group because that's my little sovereignty action.
Yeah.
But the concept is open to everyone.
That's
So the
fantastic.
concept of just increasing visibility, increasing the magic in the world. It's magical if people be themselves. Like, what's the worst it can do? I've been bullied like all my life for being myself. See my kids bullied for being themselves, and that's what I hate. I hate bullying.
Same here.
I hate bullying and I hate bullies. I'm like, do what you like, be who you like, own it, live it, but don't bully somebody else into your dream. Like, we're all entitled to our own dreams.
What incredible messages you have. I'm so glad that your amazing presence was so vivid in my imagination that I had to come over and inquire about your existence.
Yeah.
Would you like to describe your clothes? Because I sense
This is my
there is-
husband's old t-shirt,
yeah.
and this is actually a tablecloth that I used to use doing mystical readings, because that was one of my former incarnations, was a tarot card reader. So
All right, cool.
I've done loads, about 800 tarot card readings on that. That's a little bit cut off of it. This is G for grandmother's direct action. When I get the time and energy, and when I can be asked, I'll send the other letters on. So it was just basically like just trying to express who I am to the world, and like just forget about people judging me. You know what I mean? Because and it's for me to like grow as a human being, and it's like that Lizzo thing, isn't it? If you're shining, everyone's going to shine. That's the concept.
I just wanted to say to the audience out there how wonderful it is to be creative and be able to creativity is a true path to enlightenment, I believe.
It totally is. We're so shamed of. I used to teach art for 15 years, so it's like, and I did it myself. I shamed kids out of creativity. Just not deliberately. I was nice, but it's like marks and grades, and you can draw, you can't draw, this, that. Let's all draw sweeties today, when actually they want to draw like a dragon or a Pokemon, and it's like. I just believe in creativity. Like, if we've got mass global problems on the planet, so we need creative thinkers. We need people who are allowed to think creatively, and to think creatively, you've got to risk looking like a idiot. You've got to risk looking stupid. You've got to risk being laughed at, judged, all that stuff. So I'm just trying to empower other people to sort of, maybe they'll see me and they'll go like, even if they laugh at it, they'll remember it and they'll just go like, well, if she can do that, I can do this. So it's just a powerful message.
Yeah, and the messages you're bringing out are the very height of human expression, and they should be held as far just as important as maybe the crown jewels.
Yes, crown jewels. That's the sort of stuff that I find very oppressive. Like, we've had a lot about, it's not my thing. Each to their own. And if someone's sovereignty is collecting little plates with the Queen on, good on them. That's beautiful to me, because that's their thing. But it's this kind of thing of like, we all think this just because it is, and I think like we can all be. It's not taken away from. It's not an anti-royalist project, but it's like it's not taken away from that. But we've all got that inner. We've all got that king or that queen or that princess or the prince within ourselves.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I think I'm not. What I was trying to say was that the way you build up your internal constitution
Yeah.
that's inside you, that you've developed yourself, is very noble and the demonstration of great nobility that
Oh.
extends far beyond just a crown or anything like that. And I'd like
Yeah, I don't mean a real crown. Yeah.
yeah, and I'd like to see what I'd like to see in countries and across the world, of course, is those sentiments being honoured with equal, if not more, merit than because what you're doing, what you are, and what your dreams are just beautiful, isn't it?
That's beautiful.
It is
And it's
beautiful.
like I'm not being funny. People's dreams are beautiful. I mean, not like the readings I used to do. I didn't like do, lots of predicting people's futures. I was just interested in people, and people in that situation they get comfortable and they tell you their hopes and dreams, and like almost without exception, every single person that I met was a beautiful, vulnerable, sensitive, sweet, lovely human being. But it's like we shut that down because we're scared of like someone shouting or judging or whatever, and it's like, we're just as lovely as dogs underneath, and dogs are great, like dogs are like, they're all over it. They're like, if they want to do something like pee up a tree, they're on it, but a human being, if they have an urge, they're like, does it do it, is it gonna, and so they screen themselves so much.
Yeah, and I think this path. What do you think or suspect is the force that is actively repressing us from
Oh,
not
should mean
being?
that one. A lot of my writing's about that. And I think shame is a big one. I think shame is a big one. I think people have a lot of early trauma, to be honest, and shame from their education and early childhood experiences. I think people internalize shame and they make shame based things like shame based religions and shame based politics and shame based media, and it's like, it's kind of like, so I think people's shame is the worst thing for, like, because you just can't, you're all crippling,
Right.
and then if you've been shamed a lot when you were little, you're probably going to turn around and shame other people when you're big.
I believe that shame is a political tool used by the elite to make sure that anyone that isn't them never expresses themselves,
Oh, 100%.
never grows as a human
Yeah,
being.
yeah.
Because I believe a world filled with people like you and me is a world that is humane, that doesn't have war in it,
That's the
pollution.
thing. Yeah. How do you get people to go to war? Really, you have to get them in a conformity consciousness first.
You make sure they don't have the humanity.
Yeah.
Don't explore humanity.
No, because you sell them something else, which is like a conformity based system where you belong to this and you're all doing the same and stuff. And it's nice to belong. Like, human beings want to belong. I want to belong as much as the next person, but at the same time, not. I don't want to at the expense of having to do horrible things to other people. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I do agree with you on that one for sure.
Oh, really? Very nice.
100%. Yeah. I don't think it's accidental. I think a lot of shaming goes on. And if anybody stands up and they are a good all-round person, but maybe they make a few mistakes, like good all-round people do, then they get shamed for this, shamed for that, shamed for all over.
So correct me if I'm wrong, or if you disagree with this statement, of course. But shame is designed into you with the sole purpose to crush you for your whole life. It is a thing that never existed in you naturally.
I think we naturally
Maybe.
have it like sort to correct us if, because like we're primates, aren't we? So it's like,
All right.
it's like, do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I'll
it's got
rephrase that.
I ate the wrong fruit. Do you know what I mean? It's like to make you not do things that are silly.
Yeah.
You feel a bit of it, but I think it's like, it's when you get, I think it's like proper. Like, maybe that's just embarrassment, but yeah, proper shame.
Like the Catholic Church really exploits.
They are heavy on the shame, and I don't like that. I mean,
That's what I was meant by.
I love Mother Mary and all that. I'm totally down with that, but I just don't think that shame based. It's like, why, if you want a bit of spirituality, which is a beautiful thing, it's not everyone's
Spirituality
thing.
is beautiful.
Some people it's not for and that's fine as well. But if you want to have a bit of spirituality, it should be something nice. like, there's enough rubbish in the world. Like, why can't spirituality be nice? And like, why do you, when you get the nice things, like, I love going in the Catholic Church and all the smells and the Mother Mary pictures and everything. I'm all over it. But then I've got to sort of say, like, oh, I'm unworthy for this and I'm unworthy for that, and it's like, I'm not really.
So you were brought up Catholic?
No,
No.
no, my heritage is Catholic, but I wasn't brought up in a religion.
So
I didn't grow up with the people I.
What does it mean, your heritage? I don't understand that
So
sentence.
it's like I'm half Italian, so
All
my
right.
dad was Catholic, but I didn't grow up with him. So,
All right.
so it's like my ancestors are all Catholic, so I think I got a bit of Catholic blood in me, if you know what I mean. So I'm very drawn to it, but then it's all the shame. I'm like, nah, I'm not up for that.
Yeah, so that shame's not there by accident. It's there with the directive explicit in the repression of human being. So therefore, that war and other horrors can transpire in society.
100%. And if you stand up and do something different, and you say, "Oh, actually, I don't really like armies," it's like people are made to feel ashamed if they don't like Poppy Day, or they don't like people parading with medals, or all of that stuff. And it's like, actually, that's quite a good reaction. It's quite a healthy reaction to sort of say, actually, I'm quite concerned because it looks nice now, but those kids are going to go off somewhere to get killed. So that's probably not very nice. So it's actually a very nice human reaction to not want people to go off to wars and stuff like that. But we're shamed into a kind of conformity of like, oh, well, we all love the army, or we all love the Queen, or we all love, the things that they tell us to love, really.
Brilliant.
Which
Well,
I'm not mad on.
So what's going to be next this week for your?
I don't know. I'm a very intuitive person, so
All right.
I'm going to see how it flows. I like my character of Ondine, so I kind of want to develop her a little bit. I kind of want to develop it a bit more as a character of, just even going out in the makeup, to be honest, it's terrifying. It's really scary. People look at you funny and stuff like that, and I feel like a freak, and I look like a freak. So that's kind of a thing in itself, really, but I'm gonna, as part of my action, I'm gonna do some sovereignty walks with people, and I'm going to do a kind of gathering which is called No No No, which is just about just basically probably just like some kind of ceremony where we all say no a lot. Basically, we practice saying no.
That's a very important thing in our lives to be able to practice, especially for being a woman as well, but anybody, of course, but especially for a woman learning to say no.
And that's the thing, is like, I think women are shamed. Hopefully I'll do some dancing today, but the tracks I've got are tracks that I find empowering as a woman. They're about like women standing up to sexual violence and harassment, whereas women are trained to be like very flat-eared and very like sort of whimpering, and kind of when men give them attention they don't want, women have been conditioned so much to kind of like smile and put your ears flat and not to kind of snarl and growl, and but it's like actually that no energy is really, really helpful in people knowing their boundaries, and then people know, oh, okay, that wasn't okay with that person. But I think we're so conditioned, and we're shamed out of being angry if bad things happen. Like in the church, there's lots of like, oh, you've got to forgive, but which is nice, but
I think, yeah.
I'm going to do a performance.
I've just done a video. If you come to my channel, The Age of Dust, you'll see the whole interview explaining just how amazing this human being is.
You can stay and watch me if you like.
And stay and watch as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a performance. It's kind of like, I don't know what it's quite going to be. I've got a poem and I've got hopefully 2 or 3 tracks dancing, but it's quite intimidating here. But I'm just going to try and hold my ground. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad you're all here. I'm feeling it's all a bit male and patriarchal, and I'm like,
yes.
Oh dear.
We need more females here in the park.
I'd just be dancing on my own. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, this is heavy, mate. And there's all these guys going like, Islam's bad and Christian's bad and God's this and God's that and you're bad, and shouting. And it's like, yeah. So yeah.
So I'll conclude to let you do your poem.
Nice.
But maybe can I video your poem?
You certainly can.
All right, I'll do that then. We'll just say
Shall I
goodbye
do
to the.
the poem first, or do you want to film it separately?
Do you want to do the poem now? All right, we're going to get the poem. Do you mind holding this and pointing it at this general? Yeah.
It's not.
Just for
It's
one.
not terrifically short. So.
Just bear with me 1 second before you start. Thank you very much. You're of immense help. The check is in the post. 20 quid, and there's no guarantees it won't bounce. I'm not sure anybody's going to get that joke.
Thank you. It's helping me know and my confidence.
Just let me.
It's not like it's not a lot of like lazy energy. It really is. There was a nice lady here. She's gone now. It's all in your head anyway. Everyone's used it. Yeah. I'm sure all the shouty men are just as nervous as I am.
Actually, we need to drop down. That makes more sense. And we'll zoom in. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, it's quite a long poem, so I will understand if you just switch your camera off it. Do you know what I mean? If, you know, I don't think your viewers probably want the whole poem because it's quite long. So if you feel like switching off at any point, feel free. That's because the shouty men were like I was like, this is not going to happen because I'm too scared of the shouty men.
Well, yes.
I was actually scared somebody would like come over because like there's so much male aggression here. It's like I actually felt scared.
Yeah, I mean that's.
I probably wouldn't.
There is
like a lot of that real intense.
It's very harmless.
Yeah.
It's very harmless.
It's quite enjoyable.
And it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
But,
it's nice to see people expressing themselves, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I like that anyway. Do you know what I mean? Even if someone's shouting at me, or if they're not, you know. But even if like it's just nice to have. We should have more spaces like this, one in every town, all the time.
You heard it. Everyone hears it. I think across the
more
world.
More speakers' corners.
More speakers talk, and make sure that women are also invited. And hopefully there are people in Speakers Corner that can help anyone that wants to come here and introduce you to Speakers Corner.
And also trans people as well.
Trans people
absolutely
as well. Everyone.
You know, stand up for yourself. Be big.
Be big. Be strong.
Be proud. You're beautiful.
I have a very incredible on my YouTube channel. I have they don't acknowledge themselves as trans, but they are binary.
Yeah.
And they are on my channel.
Nice.
Rubbish. I am. Forgive me. They're on my channel, and they're the most beautiful voice and singer you've ever. So please subscribe to my channel.
Non-binary people and trans people are just doing so much for this planet, and like they're so unacknowledged.
Absolutely.
Like because people don't understand when they've got something that's trying to. You know, they've got someone who's trying to help them break down some like gender crap. Yeah, it's like everyone should say thank you.
The reason why they're so hated upon, there's many reasons, it's just one, but one of the main reasons is because most people just can't deal with their own personal lives.
People like everything
sorted. Most people. 1 second. My channel.
Sorry,
I want to speak as well.
I'm very chatty.
I love it. Give me a couple of moments of my own, please. I'm teasing, of course. I'm teasing. So yeah, the reason why the gay community, trans and binary people are so persecuted is because most people just simply can't handle their own reality. But what they can do is handle repressing a minority group because they know they can win that. That's something they can win on. So they can claim a victory at the end of the day. It goes, oh yeah, I just abused them because they're trans. Because sadly they're an easy target because they're a minority, but that's it. There are other reasons, but the main reason is because people are so broken in their own lives and so terrified about reality, and so they're desperately looking around for an easy target. But we need to encourage those people to transform that energy into dealing with global warming, dealing with human rights abuses, something that is actually hard, by the way, but something that can be done collectively if we all, instead of hating the minority groups, which is you're just so lazy. That's just pure laziness. But instead tackling the people that own our realities in the billionaires and capitalism. But capitalism and socialism and democracy can work together, by the way, just to clarify that point. So anything you'd like to finish off on? The last
I love
positive
your
message.
vibe. I love your channel already. It's very much harmonious with my own viewpoint, I feel. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Is there any last positive message you'd like to give to the world?
Just if you feel like a freak, like live it, be it. Like I've done, I'm really interested in shamanism and things like that, and the old ways. And in the old ways, weird, WYRD was it was the weavers of reality. That was the weird. So it's the weird people who will reweave this world with their magic. So don't be ashamed of your weirdness. Embrace.
There you go. Beautiful. This is what speakers are about. Yes, we do need more women here. I absolutely encourage women to come here. Come find me. I will be as any support you would, if you would need any support or advice or encouragement, then I will happily do that. Message me or just come find me here. And I believe we can make this world a beautiful place.
We can. It's lovely already. It's just that
Oh,
people
sorry,
are so,
it is lovely already.
No, but
That's
do you know what I
true.
mean? Some of it's lovely already, but it's like all this hatred and bullying makes it like horrible for people.
Yeah.
And I've just seen too many young people like go under with bullying and even kill themselves like that. And it's just like I just had it up to here with this. So this is
Good.
why I'm doing this stuff, is so people get out there, be proud, be yourself, take up space, and push the bullies back to where they belong.
Absolutely. Would you come back to Speaker's Corner?
I think I would. So I had a great experience thanks to you.
Well, I'll be here next week,
Oh,
and bring a friend, and let's add more humanity to the world that we live in, which is all here, of course. It's just that humanity tends to get ignored and not in the media at all. So we are a rare. We're not rare. It's just that our voice is rare because we don't own the media or other institutions of importance.
We have to just get that media out there to people.
Bingo.
So that people, it's that mainstream. This is the thing that finally pushed me over the edge. Is all this, the media just controlling people's behaviour to such an exaggerated degree. So I was like, nah.
And the media just wants to pump out negative messages all the time.
Or compliance messages.
And compliance as well.
Go and join a big queue. It's like, do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Right, we must end there because we're going to talk for the rest of our lives, I believe. All right, thank you very much.
So glad to meet you.
Remember the message, my heartfelt message, which is your dreams are real. So please now dream for the best. My name is Dust and I am officially settled. Thank you.